So my favourite part of the show is now here, and we have a very special guest on. I don't mean he's handicapped or anything. He's just one of the well, I say that. Yeah, so I've got a very good friend of mine, somebody that has now become also somebody that I run an event with called I Love Hip Hop, and this is none other than himself, the man, the only KJ. KJ, how you doing, bro?
What's
He's wearing the
happening?
gums as well. Look at that, representing.
I love hip hop all day, mate. I love hip hop all day.
How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Oh,
having
mate,
me.
it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. So,
That was a one show.
yeah, so before we sort of kickstart, really, let's I suppose let's get you to introduce yourself. Just tell us a little bit about yourself for people who obviously don't know who you are, what you do, what you're about, and then we'll just go from there, mate. So KJ, the floor is yours, my bro.
What's going on? I'm KJ. I'm 16. I'm 30. I'm a 31-year-old wannabe rapper, hip hop artist, multi-genre. I do garage and everything. Producer from South Wales, Barry Islands. I literally live on Barry Island, but I'm not going to tell you where because you might kind of like put a shit in my letterbox or something. Um, yeah, and I and I've been making music for about 10 years. I've been writing for 16 years. Um, and I've been making music like production for about 10 years and trying to dabble in a few bits and bobs. So that's the concise element of what I do.
That's the breakdown.
That was
Awesome.
it. Yeah, that was like short and sweet kind of.
All right, wicked, wicked. And so what sort of got you started, man? Where did it all begin for KJ and this musical journey, man? What got
You
you
know, I
into
should
it?
have prepped for this. I should have because I can't remember shit. So like
That's all right, mate. It's all off the cuff. It's all
um
good. You don't have to be.
So yeah, this is all spontaneous, man. No, so I've always loved music all my life when I was a kid. Um, my mum always used to make me like cassette tapes and shit.
Yeah,
With all like loads of like random mixtapes on it, like from the fucking Bee Gees and things from the '60s and shit, things like that. So I was always into
cool.
music, and then I was eight. I think I was eight, and I started listening to like um the Streets and stuff like that. Um, and like I remember my mum got me an Eminem album, but it was like a censored one, and it was in a cassette. There was a cassette version as well I had for
Yeah.
it. Um,
Do you
but
remember what it was?
I managed to convince it was the Slim Shady LP,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first. And then of course my dad got me into like he started like introducing things like Snoop Dogg, like West Coast stuff, like Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Um, Grave Diggers,
Sick.
Ice T, Ice Cube, Big L, and then I started diving into like my own stuff. Like so, then Biggie was a big, huge influence. Gang Starr's a big, huge influence. Wu Tang,
Yeah.
and the list goes on. And then of
Yeah, yeah,
course we
yeah.
started. So yeah, I've always sort of been into. That was what like I just listened to it and I was like, what is this? This is fucking great. This is like this gives me a chance to just express all of my rebellious sort of, stuck emotion and everything and just use that. I love the rhyming part of it and the writing and it was just a really creative process for me, do you know what I mean? And at the time I couldn't play an instrument.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford like to have an instrument or have classes or anything or lessons. And there was no YouTube and shit like that back then. You know
Mm.
all about that, didn't you?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I do, mate. I do. That
so
was
um so yeah, I literally that was like what kind of started off the whole, like instigated it, I guess.
yeah,
And
and what sort of got you into production? Did that come much later, or was it sort of something that just gradually progressed? Um,
I left school like quite early. I left school when I was like year nine, year 10.
yeah,
Because I just fucking hated it. I was shit at it too. I had a few mental issues too. And I basically just I fucking couldn't be dealing with it. I started like drinking and stuff and getting fucked. And then
yeah,
I turned 18 and my friend was going to college at the time. My friend was like, "Oh, why don't you do this? They do music in college." And
mm,
obviously at the time back then, I was like, I was writing stuff, and I was
Hmm.
like battling in parties and things like you know how it is. And you like you start off because I always used to be like into just rap battling too, just like freestyling, like out top of the dome stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and then I went to college. I just fucking turned up. I went with him one day. I didn't even like book it or nothing. I just turned up and was like, oh, I swear down, honestly. I turned up. I went to St. Mellons in Trowbridge. That was the old campus before it got moved to the central now.
Yeah.
Uh, and I went there and I met up with my lecturer called Adam, and he was like, "Oh, I said about can I enter the course even if I was like, a couple of months late?" And then he made me freestyle for him, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, like we'll get your paperwork sorted, and then we'll get you on board, like And then ever since then, I just started to learn how to make my own music. I left college then about a couple of years later, and I was like, I just want to learn myself now. Do you know what I mean? So I know the basics, just about sort of finding your own direction.
Yeah, and the thing obviously I love about you as well, man. You kind of you dabble and you try to mix the different genres. You know, you do make some garage stuff as well and some house and all that sort of stuff,
Inside.
don't you? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I always love that about your sets and stuff. When I've seen you perform, you bring that element to it. It just shows that as an artist, you're kind of just doing what you want to do, and you're not really conforming and going right. I'm strictly boom bap. That's all I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
Which some of us, even me at times in my life, I've got kind of pigeonholed myself in that kind of thing. And it does, I think as an artist, I think you do get to a point where you start getting bored. Like there's only so many. I mean, I still love spitting over boom bap and stuff, but I really love pushing my sort of artistic creative side of me by rapping over something that I just wouldn't normally rap over, and I suppose that's the same for yourself, is it? Or what got you into
Yeah.
that? Or have you always been into garage and stuff and you just felt it was just an easy transition?
Well, the
Or
early 2000s, like back in the early 2000s, no, when like garage when it is like peak, you had
yeah,
like grunge and shit, and then garage, then it became grime. Grime was like
yeah,
the back off of that, I guess.
yeah, it was,
But
yeah,
like
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I loved garage, like the melodic sort of mix of the collab and the with the R&B vocals on it, and like
yeah.
what I mean. It was always
It's good
something that
vibes as well, man, isn't it?
yeah, and I had good
Can't be in a
memories
bad
like
mood when you're listening to garage, really, can you?
in it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think of one sad garage song, and I can't right now on top of the
There isn't,
dome.
man. There really
You
isn't.
know
You
what I
can't.
mean?
You can't not bop to it, even if you're not into it. You just like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You just gets you
there's
going.
always a couple of gun fingers and a two step coming out,
That's
And
it,
I
man.
had so
That's
many
it.
good memories with it, man. Like even when I was younger, like I remember like the good parts of like my parents having house parties and shit. Like my mum always used to have house parties, and like it'd be people I've never fucking met before, just fucking there, just gun fingering and shit. Like and it was mad.
Not the only finger in
It's
there doing, I
just
suppose, eh?
fucking wild ass parties, bro. And I was just a little kid, I was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little autistic kid, and my fucking pants pulled up to my nipples, like because I was
yeah,
like fucking autistic, just walking around, just like loving it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but
Wicked.
and I just remember like I just loved garage. Like I used to go to bed, listen to like one of those CD players, an actual physical CD player, and like listen
Yeah,
to that.
yeah, yeah,
And I'd have the same fucking tunes on to get, it just I felt good. It feel good music. I think all my life I've been a performer. I've always been I always wanted to be like when I was before I did music, I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to do
yeah,
and back to you said about the performances, like I like to do different things, and I like to just sort of express that in that way too, and like make it for people,
mm,
and make engage with people, and like yeah, I think you touched on a perfect subject about it is easy to get put in a box. I don't want to be put in a box. Like
mm,
I mean, I want to rap on other stuff, and it's also based on how you feel as an artist too. Like it's about growing as an artist and a person. And
yeah,
sometimes you can go through stages of your life like as we're transitioning every single day into
yeah,
who we are meant to be. Is like you can have times where you're feeling this way and that way, and the certain way you might be feeling then might be great with some rock drums, some
yeah.
sort of rock and roll swing, and then
Hmm.
another time might be a bit of like neo synth and a bit of soul and a bit of like what I mean, a bit
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like another time, what I mean, and then another time's like, all right, the summer's here, let's get the garage tunes on and the house music and the D&B. You know what I mean? I guess it's all about the moment, how you feel, and like. But I do enjoy doing other things because, like you said as well, you get bored. Yeah, like definitely get bored just doing the same genre.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I think as a creative person as well, like artistically, certainly, I think you always find avenues of offshoots, as you were saying about, doing the acting and stuff as well. Like, so many people, so many artists I speak to who are rappers or MCs or producers, they also, are into other endeavors that would be in that artistic sort of realm, like whether that be DJing, whether that be acting, whether it would be art, just drawing or whatever. I
Yeah,
think all these things kind of, a lot of artists I speak to have got that kind of element to them that they have all these other offshoots of whatever specific thing they pursued. They could also do other things as well. I mean, for me, it was drawing. I was really, really into drawing the stuff when I was younger, and writing stories, like little mini stories and things like that. And that
you a
kind of
good drawer?
developed. Sorry,
You a good drawer? I don't think
I
I've ever.
used to
I didn't
be.
know you.
I used to
No
be,
way.
man. Yeah, I used to be pretty good. Like,
You'd have to show me a couple of your drawings then.
mate, do you know what? I actually chucked. Not I didn't chuck, but I left some of my sketches around like mates' houses and stuff when I used to
Ah,
get
mate.
smashed, and
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to them. My mum's, I think, got still
They
some of
became
my stuff.
Rizzler paper or loo roll, bro.
Possibly, mate. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I used to be bang into it, man. And do you know what ruined it for me is actually going to school and going to college. Like the college side
No.
of it, ruined because I ended up getting thrown out of Guildford College. I went to Guildford College for art and craft, and I got into a bit of a thing with one of the teachers. I just didn't like the way that she was putting down another student, like who was his work was incredible, and she was just because it wasn't the style that she'd originally wanted to do. I didn't
Mm,
like the way she was talking to him and making him feel, like his work wasn't good enough, and so I just
yeah.
flipped out and smashed the classroom up, and I got, I got kicked out. So,
You know, well, were you close to this guy? Because
uh, I
no,
wasn't close to him, but I just felt like, I just didn't like the way he was being treated. I just didn't like the
Jesus
way
Christ,
I
man.
just didn't like the way he was being treated,
Remind me
man.
to
So,
never piss you off again, like next to you. If I ever piss you out, you kick off and smash him.
and it
Uh,
wasn't the first incident. She was to had this teacher had that vibe, man.
yeah,
She
I
just
get
had a
you. I get
vibe.
you.
It was just a negative vibe, and it was like, if you don't do it my way, it's no way. Like, and I just felt that restriction when it comes to art, which you can't have. Everybody art is everybody else. It's your own interpretation of something, and it was like she felt like just because his art wasn't exactly what she wanted
Yeah,
she wanted him to do.
maybe she
She
was
wanted it.
jealous.
I don't know, man. Like it was incredible. Like I know he had a certain style that he always wanted to do, but I just felt it was
That's the
unfair.
problem, see, like especially with art and music, like, teachers should encourage you to go in your lane and master the craft that you want to master in the way that you want to smash
Exactly,
yourself.
exactly, and that's
But
I
they
think
don't
what
like it's all formula and curriculum, innit?
that's exactly it, bro. That's exactly it. But as I said, with yourself, I noticed obviously when you said about acting and stuff, because I know you do your comedy stuff as well, your sketches and things like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
Been a couple of years.
yeah, I mean, I would recommend you get back into that, man. I think you're really good at it. I think that'd be something. And now all that sort of stuff you can kind of incorporate all together. The music, the visuals. It helps with all the package, I suppose, because
Mhm.
with doing
Yeah, like I literally I think one of the reasons I kind of took the foot off the pedal with that was because I didn't want to be like I didn't want to be known as that like Goldie looking chain rapper.
yeah,
Because like I as much as like I love having a laugh and stuff, but I do like I do also love to rap about like serious subjects and things like that. So like it was and do you know what at that time it's funny. I was like in the prime of making the comedy season sketches I did. I think I did like 9 episodes or something like that. But I made that and then also on the flip side, I made one of the most depressing like fucking suicidal LPs I've ever like. Do you know what I mean? It was so fucking flipsy. I was making that and having a bit of banter stuff and having a laugh and doing my thing, and then I was making that, and it was like it was such a strange like roller coaster of emotions. You know what I mean? So like
yeah,
I think that's why I was like, oh, I don't want to be taken as a just a jokey rapper when I'm making
yeah,
this stuff. But at that point of time in my life, I was making sad stuff,
yeah,
but like. But obviously that was then, and I don't feel that way now because I've got through stuff and whatever. But like, But I would like to go back into it. You know, people are going to put you in a box regardless of whatever. I mean, that's what first impressions do, is you know what I mean? When you meet people.
Yeah. And I think sometimes you just have to just do what you want to do, man, and not worry too much about what other people think, you know. And I know that's
Mm.
difficult sometimes because what we do is so much in people's, we're making music, we're putting it out there, but at the end of the day, you're doing a lot of this stuff for yourself, man. That's what I feel anyway. And if other people want to have an opinion about it, then that's down to them, isn't it? But
Yeah, exactly. But I have been feeling like I kind of want to. I'm proper craving sort of getting back on that because that was a really enjoyable year or two of recording them. Like, do you know what I mean? So, I mean,
yeah,
you know
man.
yourself with sketches, you know, it's a good laugh.
It is, man. It is. It's wicked. I've always been into that sort of stuff as well, to be fair. But and also you said obviously about battle rapping and stuff as well. So you've had some experience doing that as well. I think you were on Don't Flop and stuff as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I did. I did. I think it was two. Yeah, it was two. It was two Don't Flop battles. It was meant to be three, but then lockdown happened. I participated in one in the Moon in Cardiff when it
Yeah,
was before it was when it was the old Moon,
yeah,
um, and then I had one in Bristol. I don't know where it was in Bristol. I thought it was actually in the Sugarloaf, but it's not in the Sugarloaf. It's actually more central Bristol.
yeah,
Uh, and the next one was meant to be in Camden. I did participate as well in a couple of group things online with you know, ran by it was
yeah.
sort of like competitions online during lockdown. I just never
Oh,
really
I did those as well. Yeah, I
yeah.
got involved in some of those. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe I probably like met you then. I probably seen some of your
Maybe,
by then,
maybe.
and I didn't even know it
Didn't
was you
clock
because
it.
obviously I only met you like the end of last year, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
But yeah, and I did. I mean, that was a fun period. I've always been into battle rapping. I mean, even like years ago, when I used to watch like King of the Dot, and my favorite was like DNA Disaster,
Yeah,
Pat Stay, R.I.P. I know he's gone now, isn't he? And yeah, there was just a lot. It was just I don't know what it was. It's just and that also goes in with performance and comedy and the
it
fact that you
does. Yeah.
take the piss out of people and just sort of create a theatrical performance whilst taking the mick out of someone and also rhyming at the same time. It was like a triple on sexy combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's a fine line between comedy and rap, I think. I really notice it because you've got punchlines obviously in rap, haven't you?
Yeah,
And so much comedy is obviously based on punchlines and stuff as well. So there's definitely a crossover there, man. There's
yeah.
definitely,
But
yeah, 100%.
I stopped it as well because obviously I had my own solo stuff going on, and like you know I feel I don't know maybe some battle rappers might relate to it too. But I feel like you've got to be in a right mindset to do battle rap
Yeah,
because like you have to literally get up every day. I found that I was in these states of mind where I get up every day just thinking nothing but rhymes, offensive things towards like this opponent that I've never met before. Um, yeah, which is fun, but like at the same time, it's like it can be quite negative. Do you get me? Like it can be
yeah.
quite
You have
like,
to get yourself in that
and it,
headspace, don't you, to actually get.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate it. That's kind of
And
why.
it did.
Yeah, go on, mate. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna finish it with it. Just did take over me a bit. I did get a bit
Yeah.
like in a shell with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you got to be in that headspace. And I think when I was younger, like a lot of my friends said I should have done it because I was that kind of person. But as I've got older, it's just kind of even I like, in my mind I'm thinking, oh man, I really could do this. Like I just don't want to I don't feel like I want to get myself in that headspace to do it now.
You'd be a sick battle rapper. You
I
would.
find it I find it hard and yeah, cheers, man. I find it hard enough doing like tracks, like songs, some songs sometimes to get in that headspace of being all like rah, braggadocious, angry, like angry poems, rah, I'm angry at this imaginary person that, is my foe and I'm better than him and all this. It's really difficult. I
Like who are
find it
you talking
difficult
to,
now. I know it's
innit?
madness. It is madness. It's great. It's part of the culture and part of what we do,
Yeah.
but I've always found that part of it humorous. Like, yeah, I'm so angry. I'm gonna rip his head off, and it's like, I want to
That's what it
commit
stems from,
murder,
isn't it? Because
like.
I think there's history, isn't it? Because like battle rapping's from the streets for
Yeah,
years,
exactly,
isn't it?
exactly.
And
It, it
as
gets that
and
anger out safely,
yeah,
doesn't it?
I mean
That's what it
even
is.
like the Sugar Hill gang and stuff like they used to like rap about who's nicer and like stuff like that and
Yeah,
like go back and forth and then like they jump on and this dun, 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 and you know what I mean, and then someone else would try and it was always that there's always a healthy competitive element there
yeah, yeah,
within hip hop, and I think that's what that's what the braggadocious stuff definitely stems from. But
yeah,
obviously
yeah, yeah. It is
sometimes you
fun
just
though. It is
yeah,
fun, but
yeah, it is good, but not
it.
all the time, innit? It
Nah,
gets a
that's
bit
it.
like
That's it, man.
get
That's
sick of
it.
hearing yourself brag. You know what I mean? Like fuck now, like put your ego down, innit? No need, fucking narcissist.
Isn't it? That's it, man. Also, let's talk about your recent album, mate. You got
Mm,
no fans. This
I
is
haven't.
your.
There's
No,
no
you
need for
haven't,
that,
mate.
is
It's the
there?
fucking truth. It's the truth. It's straight away. It says what it does
Right.
on the tin, really, does it? It does what it
I
says on
was
the
waiting
tin.
for it, mate. I was waiting.
um,
Oh
so,
shit!
so you wrote that when you were looking in the mirror. Come up with that when you were looking in the mirror, was it?
I was like, you
No.
know what? I've got no fans. I'm a wannabe, a wanker. I'm gonna rip myself.
No, on a
Um,
serious note, I mean, is this your second studio album, or third, or fourth? What
um,
was it?
sorry, I'm trying to think now. It's my fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool,
All I
cool.
know. 27 taxi rides. Yeah, you've got no fans. I did make two EPs as well, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's my fourth official album.
yeah, man. So, what
Check
was
it out if
the?
you haven't checked it out, by the way. He'll probably put a link in, and if he doesn't, he's a prick.
Yeah, I mean, we've played some of the songs anyway on our show tonight. So,
Was
yeah,
in.
obviously people will be able to hear some of the tracks. Yeah, man, I love the album. I think my favorite track is actually "You Got No Fans." I really like that
Yes.
because it's just it's straight bars. I mean, it's got a hook, but
Yeah.
it's just there's no like third, second, third. It's just one verse, isn't it? I really like that track, and I really liked
Thank you.
Skills as well, man. Skills
Yeah.
is dope track,
Thank
dope
you.
track. But yeah, what was the concept behind that? Or was that like songs that came together separately, and then you just put them into an album, or was there an original concept when you started writing it? So yeah, just let us know a little bit
So
more about it, man.
I always wanted to go back into because I kind of through my previous catalog I've kind of drifted away from boom back, boom bap. I wanted to bring the boom back,
I'm bringing Boohoom back.
And I decided I wanted to go back to my roots of just bars, like not worrying about multi compounds rhyming 9 syllables at a time because I get fussy about shit like that. But I just wanted to go back to fun, boom bap, bars, puns, like that sort of thing, like entendres.
Yeah.
So I had this sort of concept for a while to do that, and I come across this sample of of the You Got No Fans guy, the Wildstone Raider,
Yes, the Raider. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and for years, like he's always been like he part of my vocab, my conversation. Like I've always been like, ah, you got no fans, you want some, you know what I mean? Like just as like little ticks and stuff. Anyway, so I put that in a song, I sent it to him, and he was like, I love it, let's meet up. And I was like, oh shit. So I went to meet him in London. Me and my missus, she filmed me. She did an amazing shoot with it, and yeah, we got the video and everything. And then I was like, well, why don't I just take this project and just like take the piss out of myself, ironically, and use
Yeah.
that for the album that, and then sort of diverse around and make boom bap sort of as a whole collective, you know what I mean, and make
Oh,
kind of
okay.
similar sounds. So it all stemmed from that one song, You've Got No Fans. And then
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, this is the main ingredient I need to go back into my, you know what I mean, my boom bap sort of ways. And then it just come from there, really. I think yeah, I sort of it took me about a year and a half to make, I think, and then eventually got it all sorted.
Oh, wicked,
And
man. And
yeah,
you
and it's out
produced all the
now.
tracks and stuff as well, have you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. I need to remember to say this stuff, but I really yeah. So I produced it all, mixed it all. Yeah, I wrote everything. Um, what else did I do? Yeah, artwork. Well, no, the artwork. I don't know. I actually don't know the guy's name, but I will give you a tag for it. He's
Yeah,
an amazing artist for it. And to be honest as well, right? The main concept of like this whole "you got no fans" was the like because I'm gonna put this in a little booklet inside it, a little like just a note, a disclaimer, just as an encouragement for like people that just to do what you want to do, even if you
yeah,
have or haven't got fans. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because like I'm not like I'm not well known. Like I'm still an underground underdog, whatever you want to call it, but I love what I do, and
yeah,
I want to do that, and it keeps me happy. And it's like, on a serious note about it, like there's no reason why people can't do anything, like sort of be creative or go down a particular road. Even you know what I mean, like they don't have to worry about what people think, even if they think that, oh, you can't do this because you haven't got this or that, or that's successful or whatever.
100%.
Like,
Yeah. I
and
think people
that
can
was
get bogged down by the details, can't they? And then not
yeah.
do things, you
And
know?
everything's like social media, like, oh, how many likes and this, and like, oh, you can't do that, you're not that popular, or whatever. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like that don't define who you are. Just go and do it, go and live. Because in 100 years' time, is it really going to matter? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be here, so just go and do whatever you want to do, you
Yeah,
know?
man. Yeah,
And that's
wicked.
like the bottom line to the deeper version of the "you've got no fans" part, you know?
Yeah, man. And so what's next for Mr. KJ? What you
Ooh.
working on, or is that not
Oh,
something you can
can
talk?
I announce about Isle of Hip Hop stuff, or because
100%, man. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, so he's wearing the garms as well. Yeah, so I'll let you take the thing on Isle of Hip Hop here. So it's a mad
Okay.
one though, isn't it? Like
So
we
we came
met.
together, didn't we?
Was it
Like
Sacred's
so,
thing, wasn't it? I think. Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
So I for the people I met K-Saulz. Oh, it was at a gig last year. It was at Sacred, same but diff events. Shout out Sacred
Big up.
for always putting them events on and just bringing it to Cardiff, bringing the hip hop back. Anyway, he got you down, didn't he? He got you, Johnny Dart, Verbs. He got a couple of people down, and the Caravan Collective as well.
Yeah,
Uh, it was a wicked night, and like obviously we met, didn't we? And we spoke briefly, and I spoke with Milo too, like in parts about more wanting to put on events or getting to bring more hip hop to Cardiff or locally, just in general, like wherever,
mm,
because I don't know, it's not that it's not there, but it's just not being pushed enough, really. So anyway, then next thing you know, I'm in a group chat with you.
hmm
I don't even remember how I got in the group chat.
Yeah. So I think what it was, we came to. I think me, Verbs, and Johnny Dart and Milo came to a same but different, but we weren't performing. But you were performing on that night, and that's I think where we first met because I think you asked, "Does anybody want to come on stage and dress up or something?" And I
Yes.
think And I think that's how the ice was broken because you always do these costume things, didn't you? Which is wicked. I
Yeah.
love this about your show, about your performances, is that you
I
get people to
remember.
dress up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of broke the ice. We thought, I thought, yes, this guy's fucking, he's doing these costumes stuff. It's wicked, a wicked idea. You must have thought this little bastard, like, do you know what I mean? It's actually, he's actually somebody who's willing to fucking be as
It's
silly as
funny as
this.
well because I got the cape that fitted you and it didn't fit Verbs, and Verbs is like, "What did you? What ones did you buy?" We got those like I got you wearing those like spooky costumes, didn't I, for my son's.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And I think that's what kind of broke the ice. And then me and Milo were already talking about doing events
Hmm.
anyway.
Yeah,
And then and then I think then obviously he carried on chatting to you after that night, and then he said, "Oh yeah, you know that guy KJ we met, he's up for doing events and stuff." And that's when he added you to the group chat. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that we already had with Sacred and Boyce from Caravan Collective
yeah.
and the two Bottle Barry guys as well, who were originally involved as sponsors and
They
stuff.
were our sponsors.
And then
Yeah,
it's just, yeah, and then obviously it's just, yeah,
and
it's just,
it's all from there. And now like yeah, just it's getting
it's a madness, isn't it? Like
it
how
is.
it's all
Yeah,
developed. Like
I mean
within
we
a
got Blade.
year, like, we're doing pretty well. We've got the 521. Oh, I'll let you speak anyway, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. We got Blades coming down for because we got so the next Friday the 21st. We've got a J Dart Mr. G EP launch. A special guest and a special guest as well, Blade from 521's coming down, and then the day after we're bringing him down to the is it the Low Lounge? Is it in Cardiff Bay?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah. Along with like Cardiff Radio and She shout out as well.
yeah,
Much
big up.
love.
And by the way, this has already happened now because when this goes out, this event would have happened.
Oh,
So yeah, it would have happened. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. It's all
and
good.
anyway, it's happened. So how was it, people? Did you enjoy it? Like,
But yeah, anyway,
um,
it was on the 21st.
yeah, it
And
was a sick time, man. Everyone
yeah, it was
killed
brilliant.
it.
Everybody
You
was
know?
amazing. We were especially good.
Yeah, the speakers went on fire. Like someone got naked and got thrown out. It was wicked. It was a good night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it was.
yeah, yeah. That's it,
But yeah,
man.
and ever since the Isle of Hip Hop, we've we've been building. We're gonna and we're working on music. So that brings it to the question of what is the next direction. To be honest, for music is like I'm just focusing on us as a collective.
Yeah.
And I have got something coming with Milo too as well. So I'm working on a few collab projects. You know what I mean? But Isle of Hip Hop. I mean, this is our what? Our fourth? No, this is our fourth gig. Is it fourth gig now? We've
It's
had
number
four
four
gigs.
we were coming up,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and then number five is going to be the real special one, man.
Oh,
But we
yeah,
won't
yeah. We're
say
not
nothing.
saying yet, though. We're not
Won't
saying it.
say
We
nothing.
no
No,
say
no, no.
nothing. Yeah, yeah.
Not gonna say
It's
nothing on
gonna
that one.
be big. It's gonna be fucking huge.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be a big announcement on that one, but we're going to
Yeah,
keep it all hush hush for now. Also, I was going to ask you, man, do you do all the production on all your projects? Because
yes,
I don't notice that you work with other producers. Is that just because you hate everybody else's
I do.
music,
Yeah, I
or is
don't
it you
like
just
people.
really picky about like what you rap on? No, like on a serious note, I've just noticed that
No,
like most of your beats are all done by yourself,
I
which is
can't.
fucking fine, but
I can't get used to me and you being so serious together. It's like, um, no, that's a very good question. I'm going to be completely honest, man. I don't really work. I'm very selective who I work with. If I vibe with them, basically. Um, and I don't like waiting. I don't like waiting on things too long.
yeah, that's
Because
fair
otherwise shit
enough.
gets stuck in the archives and shit gets stuck, and it doesn't happen. Like I know people have lives. I know people have stuff going on. Like I'm not like being sort of ignorant towards that. I just I like to
Have
get things
control
done.
basically
Yeah,
over
yeah,
what's
I
going
guess
on.
so.
Yeah,
And that's one of the reasons as well why I taught myself how to produce and things because I thought, well, I must just cut the middleman out, not wait on
yeah,
that sort of like. And I mean, I got to look at quite a few collabs. Gone with Sacred, shout out, 96 Inc. Shout out 96 Inc. Who else have I got collabs with? My brother Kai, shout out Kai. Of course, I've got you guys, the Isle of Hip Hop, Milo. I've got things like coming on, but like as far as production and producing, I didn't really feel I needed to. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not like stating that I'm like fucking incredibly like the best producer in the world and all that. Like, no way, I'm nearly there. But like, I like, but like, I just, if I could do the basics, and I'm always up for feedback. I do send. There's a guy. Picture, shout out Picture. He's from Manchester. I've known him since I was like 19. Like we've always worked together. I went up to work with him and he's like an amazing producer. And I'll send him stuff and be like, what do you think? And he's like, yeah, maybe turn this, tune this, tweak this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I've never really collabed with a producer. I'm not up for it. I've never got round to it because I always thought, well, I'll just do it myself. It's like, you know,
yeah. I
um,
mean, I'm kind of a bit of the same as well. I originally was in a group and stuff, and had to have wait around for the producer to make our stuff, and it just holds you back, man. I think the more people you've got involved in that whole creative process, the more it can slow you down. I mean, even to the point of, like artwork and videos and all that sort of stuff. Like I started just to look into myself, just looking to do stuff myself as much as I could. Obviously,
yeah.
I prefer not to do like all that because it's just time as well. It just takes up so much more of your time. But
Mm.
yeah, it's one of the reasons why I got back into production and stuff as well. It's just not having to wait around for people to mix. And I mean, mastering, I still give up to other people to do for me. But I
Yeah,
find that I've
I
got
struggle with
somebody.
mastering. I do.
Yeah, I find mastering. I've got somebody who's you know, pretty good at it. I've got a couple of people I can go to, and they're good at it, and they can get it back to me really quick. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy with that. But regarding the sort of the mixing and all that sort of stuff, yeah, I think then then kind of your destiny is in somebody else's hand, and I just don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like the fact that somebody else can control what I'm doing. You know,
I've also
so
sent my stuff off before to people. They've made me sound like a wet paedophile. You know what I mean? Like they just like they've just really like ruined my vocals, or like they've done something, and like I'm just not happy with it. Maybe I'm fussy, maybe I'm picky, maybe whatever. It is, you know, I don't care. It is what it is. I can't help it. I'm only human, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Well, as long as you're getting out you're getting out what you need to and when you need to. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. And as long as you're not getting frustrated, man.
100%.
Okay. And obviously I've noticed that you do a lot of your own videos and stuff as well too, and is that something that you kind of picked up later on, or was
Yeah,
that something that
I used to do videography years ago. I used to do it for gyms and stuff.
okay.
Like one of the probably one of my most successful clients I worked with was Snap Fitness.
Oh, awesome, man.
Um, and yeah, I started just doing exercise stuff and then doing music videos. But
So
then
just freelancing stuff then, yeah, and getting paid
yeah,
for it, was
yeah.
it?
I tried to
Oh,
make it
right.
a full-time job, but I mean, to be honest, it's difficult these days because I'm not making excuses. It's just the very truth of it. A lot of people just have the video in front of them with a camera. They don't really need to hire someone when they could
Yeah.
just cut out the middleman, and that's really what happened. So I had a bit of experience, and I used to do photography full time of fashion. I used to do fashion photography. I used to take photos of people, models wearing clothes. They were wearing clothes as well. It wasn't one of those ones, you know. I was offered actually a job, you know, but for something like that. But
Blowjob or
yeah, yeah, and a blow, yeah. But we'll go into that another time. Um, so yeah. Anyway, so I had a bit of experience. I kind of had you know, as a director's view on things. But with most of my videos, my partner has actually recorded for me because she did videography and she's got a great sort of experience in the eye
oh,
for
brilliant.
she always you know she always matched my vision with what I wanted. So when I can, when she's happy to do it,
Yeah,
I'll get her to do a video for me, and I'll edit it, but she always captures it for me. So yeah,
cool,
shout
man.
out to the missus.
Yeah, big up the missus.
They got the
And
missus.
is there anything else you want to say as we wrap this up before we come into the end now?
Thank you for putting me on the show.
Oh,
New
mate,
show.
absolute pleasure. We could talk
You
for
know,
longer, but
tell
I'm
Dick
really
Dastardly he's a wanker and he's
he
lazy.
is.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
yeah, shout out Killer Tape, shout out I Love Hip Hop.
yeah,
Check the new album out. You Got No Fans out now, all
definitely.
platforms. Hopefully, I'll have physical CDs by the time you watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah, and thank you to you. Shout out K-Saulz. You know?
big up, man. And is there anything else in terms of any? Well, I know you obviously said you do I love hip hop stuff. Are you doing any other personal projects or anything, or is that all? No, nothing else coming up.
I've got stuff. I'm sitting on stuff but it's not ready for anything yet. It's just it's
Okay.
there, you know. I probably yeah, but at the moment I'm just focusing on some collab stuff with, you know, sick MCs, sick artists.
And also, people, if you're looking for beats, sick beats,
Oh yeah,
production, mixing, mastering,
I'm
come to
skint
your
lately, so
guy.
I do need.
Yeah, help this guy out. You know, he's got no fans at the end of the day, so he just
Yeah,
needs you guys to try to keep
help.
him. And he's got no job, so maybe the next album could be got no job.
Oh, oh,
Had
oh!
to
You
end
have to
it with
get
a
that
little
right at the
dick.
end. That's the
Had to-
ending. You bastard! You waited 40 minutes to drop that, didn't you, prick? You wanker.
Anyway, big love,
Oh,
KJ. Much love, mate, and thanks for coming on.
thanks
And
for
we'll
having
have
me,
you on
bro.
again
Thank you.
to do a performance. We'll get you back on to do a longer interview, and we'll also get you down to perform as well, man. Once we get
Can't
all the
wait.
studio and stuff built as well, man. All right,
Yeah.
brother. All the best. Much love.
Inside.
Inside.